Good day everyone, welcome to another VATSIM full flight here on the AviationPro channel. In today's flight we're going to be flying from Kraków in Poland to Berlin in Germany. We're going to be flying during the Polish VACC Independence Day event. An event where throughout the day there will be ATC in Poland at different airports, and there are also different city pairs between other cities in Europe. This is a city pair currently going on between Warsaw and Berlin, but we're going to be flying from Kraków to Berlin in this case. A fun little fact, the air traffic controllers of the Polish VACC and some of the Czech VACC are gathered together in real life to provide ATC service on the VATSIM network during this event, so we'll have some very realistic scenario during this flight. As for the flight plan, let's take a quick look at our route. As you can see, a nice route towards the northwest as we depart Kraków and then into Berlin. Quite a short flight, about 55 minutes of flying time. We'll be having a takeoff weight of 63 tons, carrying about 143 passengers today. And the weather along the route is looking nice. It's a bit cloudy everywhere, a bit gloomy, a bit humid, a bit colder as we get into the winter season here in Europe. But overall the weather is okay. As you can see en route, no specific significant weather. A little bit of a light crosswind during the cruise. And again, for both the departure and the arrival we expect some cloudy conditions today. So get all settled in. I will hope you enjoy the flight today aboard this lot Polish Airlines Boeing 737-800. Which will take us to Berlin. As always, this is just a flight-in-flight simulator. Procedures that you see here may be done or are done differently sometimes in the real world, and they do not relate to any specific airline or to the airline portrayed in this video. More information you can find about this and the video itself in the description.
Alright, welcome into the cockpit of the Boeing 737 of lot Polish Airlines. Cockpit looks a little bit different. We now have an EFB right here. I thought it could use a bit of a better background, so I put another picture inside of a real 737 cockpit. So it's a nice comparison. We'll just make use of the performance tool here, and then we'll kind of see what it looks like. Yeah, and welcome at Kraków Airport. As you can see, it's a bit gloomy outside with quite a few clouds here and there. A bit hazy and damp. And there's some aircraft parked here behind us as well. And we'll get slowly ready for our flights. I've prepared most of the cockpit already, and looking forward to do this little flight with you. Alright, so yeah, as I said, prepared most of the cockpit already, and the flight plan has been programmed in for today's flight. So we'll first of all do a little pre-flight checklist, and then we're slowly gonna listen to the ATIS and then get our flight to Berlin going. So let's do the pre-flight checklist. The pre-flight checklist: the oxygen is tested at 100%. Navigation transfer and display switches are normal and auto. Window heat on. Pressurization mode selector auto. And flight instruments, we have a heading of 101, a 101, and also on the compass, let's see, just about 101, and here as well altimeter. Still have to set the local altimeter. Let me just quickly check what that has been updated to. QNH 1000, so we'll set that. QNH 1000 showing 800 feet on 3 times. Parking brake is set and the engine start levers cut off. Pre-flight checklist completed. Alright, so we have online at Kraków the tower and also the approach, and then later on we'll have center, and then hopefully by the time in Berlin we are in Berlin, the rest of the ATC pops up as well. So we'll listen to the ATIS and write down the weather, and then we can get our clearance to Berlin. Let's take a listen. We're going to be tuning 126130. I have to use the radio here. Normally I use a little app, but unfortunately, well, with the 8.33 kilohertz spacing with VATSIM now, I cannot use it anymore. So I'm looking for an alternative. But in the meantime, we'll use this and use the app for other frequencies wherever possible. So I've already pre-tuned it here in the COM2 radio. So let's take a listen on the Kraków ATIS.
This is Kraków Information Tango. Tom 1300 Zulu. Expect Gulf arrivals for ILS approach runway 25. Departures runway 25. Transition level 80. Wind 230 degrees 4 knots. Visibility 8,000 meters. Clouds. Few at 1,200 feet clouds. Broken 2,200 feet. Temperature 09. 2.07. QNH 1000. For ATC clearance contact 123.255. When airborne contact approach on 121.075. End of information Tango.
Nice, we tuned in just at the right moment.
This is Krakow Information Tango. Tom 1300 Zulu.
Okay, so we have information Tango, and as expected, runway 25 for departure with some light wind, 230 at 4. And again, yeah, the visibility is a bit getting a bit low, temperature close to the dew point, so it's kind of just humid weather, with a few clouds at 1200 and broken at 2200. So yeah, it's a bit of an anti-ice weather. So with that information, let's just get our clearance, and then we can move on. Again, the tower is only online here, so we have 123.255 for our clearance. Kraków Tower, good day, lot 3735, stand 10, information Tango received, requesting the clearance to Berlin.
Lot 3735, hello, clear to your destination via Lumve 1 Juliet, departure runway 25, initially climb 6,000 feet, squawk 1000, information uniform.
Roger, monitor information uniform, clear to Berlin via the Lumve 1 Juliet, departure runway 25, initial climb 6,000 and squawk 1000, lot 3735.
Lot 3735, read back correct.
Alright, that's our clearance in, and we have a new ATIS. Just quickly check that right here, if there is anything significant has changed. Broken clouds have raised a bit, temperature is a little bit lower, but otherwise it's still the same. So we have the Lumve 1 Juliet departure, that's also what I've programmed in the FMS. So that's nice, there we go. Alright, so with that information we can take a look at the wonderful new EFB here, the PMDG 737. It's really nice to have at least a performance tool. I don't use the electronic flight bag that much myself because I already have an iPad here with all the charge information and the flight plan information, but the performance tool, nice to have. So we can take a look. Yeah, with a performance tool like this you just fill it in. So also, of course there's some nice easy buttons right here to import stuff. So we're departing Kraków Airport from runway 25, elevation is 791 feet with the runway heading, slope and the runway available. Of course we can shorten this runway in case we have an intersection departure, but I expect to use the full runway here. Running conditions is dry, I've selected the takeoff flaps with 5 and a rating of normal takeoff thrust, so we'll just use the assumed temperature method. And the NTIs, engine NTIs will be on, I expect. Weight according to the flight plan for takeoff is 62850, so I've added 1000 kilogram extra to this, kind of a margin, so that, you know, when the official load sheet comes in, you can kind of have a margin with the calculation. Yeah, of course here we don't have a load sheet, so we'll just keep using this weight, and the estimated takeoff weight we'll use as our actual takeoff weight, but at least we have some margin right here, and the center of gravity came from the aircraft as well. We'll have the packs on. The weather, we'll just manually type in what's in from the ATIS. Wind is 230 at 4. There we go. With an outside temperature of, well, it's now changed to 8. And, oh, that's a bit hot, I would say. And the QNH is 1000. So based on that, we should be able to hit the calculate button, and there we have it, our takeoff performance. So that's nice. Acceleration height 800 feet, flaps 5 takeoff, with a selected temperature, assumed temperature of 51 degrees, and then the trim setting and a different V speed. So I'll just enter that in the FMS, and let's see if kind of compares to that as well. So select the temperature of 51. And as you can see, it gives a nice reduction here, that's correct. Takeoff with flaps 5. There we go, center of gravity 25.3. with the trim value corresponding. And the V1 would then be 138, V rotate 139, V2 144. It's comparable to what is here, so that's good. So that's been entered in there, and that's nice to have. And then based on this, we'll soon do a little bit of a departure briefing. And then we'll get the airplane ready, get the pushback truck ready, and then we should be ready to go and fly towards Berlin. So I've just started the APU, and looks like there's a lot of de-icing equipment here at this airport. Of course, we have a lot more snowy conditions here. I can imagine. They're not in use today, luckily. And in the background we have a lot of traffic, as you can see. That's nice. It's quite cloudy, as you could hear in the ATIS. So yeah, well, looking forward to this flight. Let's see what happens. And if the PMDG 737 is still doing a good job as always. Alright, so let's do a bit of a departure briefing based on what we have received in our clearance. We are parked at stand number 10 with the Boeing 737-800. We are below our maximum landing weight. In case of a return, we can easily return and land. To show you the chart here, stand 10. So I expect a pushback facing the north, and from there we'll taxi on towards runway 25. Due to the gloomy weather and the wetness outside and the temperature below 10 degrees, we'll turn on the engine anti-ice after start. When we arrive at runway 25, we're going to fly the Lufthansa 1 Juliet departure. As you can see, we have some altitude restrictions in the back. I'm just going to cross-check that in the background. They're indeed in there. We climb straight ahead via Nivku 2800 or above, and then at Axhof a right turn, and then continue our route all the way towards the northwest, eventually to Lumbwe. Transition altitude to 6,500 feet. As soon as possible after departure, we'll contact Kraków approach. In this case, frequency 121.075. And we will initially climb, as you can see here in the routing, to 6,000. So let's put that in there, unless otherwise instructed by ATC. Okay. MSA in the sector, departure sector, 6,900 feet. Fortunately, we do not have a misapproach procedure in the EFB yet. It would be nice if that was added. That's quite normal to get with a performance tool to also get or an engine failure procedure, I should say, with the performance calculation. But in this case, we don't. So I'll just make up something myself. In case of engine failure at Nivku, we'll just turn towards the north, away from the terrain, and climb to the highest MSA, 7,000 feet to say. Also keep us nice and clear. And in case we're already past Nivku, we'll continue on the sit and also climb to 7,000 and then deal with the situation from there. Alright, so that's a bit of an overview of our departure. The aircraft otherwise doing fine, no problems, no specials in the NOTAMs. The weather, well, as I said, cloudy, a bit foggy here and there, so that's why we have to take a good look at the engine and the ice. Otherwise it's quite okay, light wind, so that's nice. Specific threats, well, it's been a while since I've flown the 737, so it's always good to brief yourself on that. And also actually the first time I'm flying to Berlin, but we'll take care of that once we fly there and see how we can mitigate that. And otherwise there's of course quite a bit of traffic today on VATSIM, so we'll have to keep a good listen on the radios and make sure we follow the instructions of ATC carefully today, so it's going to be quite busy. Probably not as busy here as in Warsaw. In Warsaw I think it's a bit busier, but once we get to Berlin it will definitely get more busy, so yeah, we'll keep a good listen on the radios and make sure we don't miss any transmissions. Alright, so that's a bit of a departure briefing done, and then we'll slowly get going. Alright, well, we'll just get the aircraft ready. A bypass pin has been inserted, so we can pressurize the hydraulics, get the passengers seated. There we go. And the transponder is set to XPDR, and let's say that the load sheet is in and that the doors are closed. So again, we'll use the same figures right here. So we have the V-speeds, we have checked 138, 139er on the rotate and V2 144. That's been checked. 144 is set and we'll fly with LNAV and VNAV. And I will set the trim value of 4.55 units. Alright, and it looks like on the ground they are also ready to go. As you can see, Speedbird has departed behind us, the 777, and behind us some aircraft are parked there, but otherwise the airplane is ready to go. So I'll turn on the anti-collision light as well and do that before start checklist. Before start checklist, flight deck door closed and locked. Let's see, yes it is. Fuel, we have on board 7 tons. And the pumps are on. Passenger side is on. Windows locked on my side and the other side as well. MCP V2 144 heading 252 altitude 6000. Takeoff speeds V1 138 rotate 139er V2 144. CDU pre-flight completed with our aileron trim free and at 0. Taxi takeoff briefing completed and anti-collision light is on before start checklist completed. Alright. Just wanted to wait for that landing clearance so he doesn't have to go into the go around. And me blocking with another transmission. So that's clear now, so let's ask for startup. And lot 3735 stand 10 ready for push and start.
Lot 3735 push and start approved QNH 1000.
Push and start approved QNH 1000 lot 3735. Okay. Before start checklist is completed, so we are ready to go.
Release parking brakes, please.
Brakes released.
Push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Perfect. And we're moving, guys. Turn off the packs. And we'll start a right engine. And of course we'll let the cabin crew arm the slides. In the meantime, oil pressure rising. Starters cut out. And we'll start left engine.
Please set parking brakes.
We have stopped moving.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Always love the deep rumble of the 737 engines. There we go. Any engine really.
Winner 6265, welcome to Kraków, taxi stand number 15 via Foxtrot Bravo Juliet Juliet Tango.
Stand on 5 Foxtrot Bravo Juliet Juliet Tango, and 56.
And the starters cut out. Perfect, so confirm good engine start with the ground.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Let the generators of the engines take over here. be turned off. There we go.
Unlocking gear.
Just wait for the truck to move out of the way. Again, we have a short taxi, so we'll be there in no time. Alright, and the bypass pin is seen. Perfect. Flaps 5. And we'll do a flight control check. And the rudder. Alright, let's do the before taxi checklist. Before taxi checklist, generators on, probe heat on, NTIs, engine NTIs on, isolation valve auto, engine start switches continuous, recall, I'll just check that one more time. Recall is checked, auto brake RTO, flaps 5, green light, engine start levers, idle detent, flight controls are checked and the ground equipment is clear. Before taxi checklist completed. Alright, there we go. And lot 3735, request taxi.
No, 3735, taxi to only point runway 25 via Zulu and Alpha.
Taxi holding point runway 25 via Zulu and Alpha, lot 3735. Parking brakes released. And we'll taxi light on.
Ready to taxi.
Sierra Bravo Delta, taxi to hold control runway 25 via Bravo now.
So again, just straight ahead and then to Alpha. Another aircraft is coming from Bravo, so we'll take that into account. So let's say the cabin is ready and we'll let the cabin crew take their seats. Short recap of the departure. First a bit straight ahead, then to the right, climbing to 6000 in case of engine failure before Nifku will turn towards the north, otherwise we'll continue on the sit, climbing to 7000. And then we can do the before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff checklist, flaps 5, green light, stabilizer trim 4.55 units. Before takeoff checklist complete. Beautiful scenery by Zürich design. It's kind of fun to know that all these controllers are now in the same room, providing the ATC service here from the same place. Look at that, wonderful. There's one on the ILS, so let's take a listen. He's cleared to land, so we'll probably have to hold here. Okay. We'll set the parking brake for now. Taxi lights off. Let's see if we can see the arriving aircraft soon. I think I see some lights there in the distance. I'm not sure. It's hard to see.
Log 335 behind landing. Foxtrot Charlie Mike Bravo aircraft arriving line up runway 25 and behind.
Behind the landing aircraft, line up and wait runway 25 behind slot 3735. Alright, we'll do that. I think it's this one. I think it's a small airplane. I'm just gonna quick look at the VAT map for this. It's just a small little airplane. I think a Piper. So we have to wait a little bit. But that's okay. There we go. Aircraft slowly coming in. Runways looking ready. Nice. Nice. If he's flying VFR, it must be pretty marginal weather, but okay. Let's start going. Taxi lights on. transponder TARA. There we go.
Quality 917, give away to the aircraft on your left, Piper 3-4 on the taxiway Bravo.
Roger, the whole short, entering grade on the traffic control and side 4917.
Sierra Bravo
Runway
Delta,
25 is identified.
runway 25 via Bravo Delta.
Continuate Sierra Bravo Delta via Bravo and Alpha holding
Bit
point.
bumpy here.
Lot 3735, wind 230 degrees for knots, runway 5 clear for takeoff after departure, contact Kraków approach 121.075, have a nice flight, goodbye.
Runway 25 cleared for takeoff and after departure 121.075 for lot 3735. Bye bye. Alright, we are cleared. Checked and takeoff.
Dr. Charlie Bravo, welcome to Kraków taxi 222 via Bravo.
22 via Bravo, train line Bravo.
Moving good. And anyone heading select Toga.
Sierra Bravo Delta, behind departure.
Thrust sets.
7, line up runway 25 and 28, behind.
80 knots.
Repeat please. Sorry, Sierra Bravo Delta.
Sierra Bravo Delta, line up runway 25 and wait.
Line up D1.
Rotates.
Sierra Bravo Delta.
Nice, positive rate. Gear up. And LNAV. And we have N1 VNAV speed. And let's switch to the departure. Flaps 1. Kraków approach, good day, lot 3735, passing 2500, climbing 6000 on the Lumen 1 Juliet. Flaps up.
Slot 3735, good afternoon sir, Kraków approach, identified, climb flight level 280, direct Lumve.
Climb flight level 280, direct to Lumve, lot 3735. Level 280 set, and we'll select Lumve, direct. Looking good, and execute. Nice, nice direct. Wonderful. Nice departure. Quite cloudy at the moment. Looking good. Show you some outside views. Wonderful. Alright, let's do the after takeoff checklists. We'll leave the engine anti-ice on for now. After takeoff checklist, engine bleeds, on, PAX, auto, landing gear, up and off, flaps up, no lights. After takeoff checklist completed, and we're passing transition altitude, also at standards, 3 times. Fly manually for a bit. Nice, the middle of that lighting here is beautiful, isn't it? The lakes reflecting. Very realistic, I would say. Alright, passing 10,000. So we will release the passengers. So not a lot of winds here, as you can see. We have pretty much no difference between the heading and the track. So it's very easy to fly.
Climb to level 110, climb to
And the sunset is slowly coming in, but we're flying kind of with the time, with the sun here, so we should have pretty much daylight throughout. Alright, let the autopilot take over now. Autopilot, all fine commands. There we go. Nice departure, as you can see when you have good performance data coming from the EFB here. The takeoff is really nice, it feels better. Before with the PMDG 737 I kind of usually guessed what a nice assumed temperature would be, but with this it works very nicely. Of course with the landing you can do a similar thing. It's mostly for the distance to make sure that you can actually land at the airport you're going to. But yeah, having this for the takeoff is really nice, really helpful. So as you can see, arrival time at Berlin Brandenburg Airport is 15:31 Zulu. So yeah, we'll make sure we are nicely prepared for this approach. New airport for me as well, so we'll make sure we do a good briefing. And I'll just quickly check whether ATC will pop up soon. It would be nice. As we are slowly passing through the layers of clouds here. Nice. Luckily the weather is correct. Was not always correct, I find, with the Microsoft Flight Simulator the last few weeks. But luckily it seems to be working normally here now, so that's nice. It would be nice to get a bit of turbulence in clouds though. I mean, if you're passing a cloud like this, you would expect a little bit of turbulence. So, but yeah, hopefully that will improve over time also with the new Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, of course.
Slot 3735, contact Warsaw radar frequency 12545.
12545, lot 3735, bye. 12545, you can still tune it with this one, that's nice. 1000 feet to level off, it's a bit busy on the frequency, so try to get through, hopefully can get higher. Warsaw radar, good day, lot 3735, flight level 280 inbound Lundvik.
Ryanair 137, perfect Java 5 uniform. Okay, redirect, direct Agava.
Okay, lot 3735, Warsaw radar contact, climb level 320.
Climb flight level 320, lot 3735. Nice, N1 Vino speeds. Okay, climb to our cruise altitude. Will make us nice and clear of these clouds as well. As you can see, the sun is still shining through right here. Just barely. As it's winter time in Europe, where the days are short and we have quite early darkness around this time, even though the local time is just 3:45. There we go, we're cleared of the clouds. Nice. As you can see, yeah, it's very busy on the frequency. Typical event day on VATSIM. I love the winglet of lots of Polish airlines. Quite nice. Alright. So it's about 45 minutes to our arrival. So we have plenty of time to review it. Again, Berlin Brandenburg Airport, of course, the airports around Berlin have changed a lot recently. With Berlin Brandenburg actually the only airport right now that you can use, which had a lot of trouble with the opening and the construction there. So it's a bit of a airport which is having some startup problems and beyond budget and all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to visiting it. But yeah, you know, in preparation for these kind of airports, make sure you review the charts and the procedures a little bit. Actually, on the VATSIM Germany website, there's a very nice airport briefing for the different airports in Germany, including Berlin and Brandenburg. And you can read some more information there about the procedures, for example, how the approach works and how the landing works. So one example, for example, you know, we have these huge transitions that I can show you here, that you can see quite often at German airports with this big loop that you would have to fly if you would fly the whole transition. In practice you don't fly that often, you usually get a shortcut. So that's why I can also see in the arrival briefing at the VATSIM Germany website that you have, it's more likely that you have to be lower at Nucro, so flight level 120, and that's also what I've entered in the next page, just as to get a bit more accurate descent path for this approach. Unless it's of course very busy, then probably have to fly a big factor. But yeah, so that gives you some information also about after landing and the procedure then. The taxi procedures to the gate, etc. So I'll just set up for this approach. It's programmed in the FMS. I've programmed the approach for runway 25 left. We might get 25 right, I'm not really sure. On their website it said that a lot of Polish Airlines parks in the north, but recent a lot of Polish Airlines flights have landed in the south. So we'll see. I usually check flight radar 24 just to see what, you know, other airlines and where this airline has flown and at what gates they park. It's actually very useful information to kind of get an idea of the route that's being flown and what gates you can expect on departure and arrival. So I highly recommend doing that. But in this case, yeah, we'll see. The procedures are not that different. If we change last minute, we can easily change to the other ILS. So let's see. There we go. In the meantime, we have some nice traffic crossing here. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful sunset. And we have of course a nice picture to compare. The cockpit right here, you can kind of see the similarity. The lighting is a bit different of course, that's also the picture, but overall the layout of the cockpit is very nice. So I'll just use the performance tool for this one. I'll probably be on engines. Outer brakes 3. It's nice that you can add non-normal conditions, it's very realistic. And the weather, I'll just take you to the ATIS. We currently have ATIS information Foxtrot at Berlin Brandenburg. Expected factors for ILS, runways use 25 left and 25 right. Transition level is 70 at that. Winds 260 degrees, 5 knots, 10 kilometers, visibility, temperature 8, dew point is 5, QNH is 1002, and fuel clouds at 1800 and broken at 2200. Quite a similar weather as Berlin or as Krakow. Required landing distance 1600 meters, 1695 meters. So yeah, that should be good. About half of the runway, so we can nicely vacate here at runway at Mike 5. Don't want to stop too early, but also not too late, so we'll leave it at this. Just to give you an idea of the busyness here. Very busy. Luckily towards Berlin it will be a bit more quiet, so we have a bit of breathing room there. For the approach we'll just do a little briefing. So expect a Nucro arrival, position runway 25 left, and altitude restrictions have checked in the background with speed restrictions. Do not expect to fly the whole position, expect a vector towards the left at some point. Then we're going to fly the ILS to runway 25 left, which starts at 3000 feet, inbound course 245. Just tune it first.
Lot 3735, contact Warszawa 134.225.
134.225, lot 3735. Warsaw radar, good day, lot 3735, flight level 320.
Lot 3735, Warsaw radar, good evening, identified. Direct Govan, expect flight level 120 over Govan, report when ready for descent.
Direct to Govan, flight level 120 at Govan, and ready to descend now, lot 3735.
Lot 3735, descent flight level 120.
Descent flight level 120, lot 3735. There we go, that's a huge descent. Yeah, it happens. We'll just use level change for now and get going. And it was very busy at the previous Warsaw frequency, so it was impossible to get through. In the meantime, let's continue with our... let me just select the altitude first. There we go.
Good evening, your idea.
And lot 3735, just to confirm our cleared altitude.
Lot 3735, descent flight level 120 to reach over Govan.
Yeah, roger, 120 over Govan, lot 3735. Okay, so we can continue with our briefing. Just confirm the altitude there. With the ILS, inbound course 245 on 109.5. In case of landing, runway 25 left, expect Mike 5 will vacate and then we'll hold at the runway or before the taxiway Alpha. Wait for instructions. Auto hands-off procedure here in Berlin. It's one of those little things that you can read in the airport briefing. And then we continue via Alpha, probably to Apron Charlie, and then enter here at Apron Charlie right here at entry south. In case of a misapproach, we're going to first, let me see, climb our runway track to maximum 3000 at DME 0.6 east of Bravo Bravo India. Now we're going to turn left, max 190 knots on radial 341 inbound to Klasdorf VOR and climbing to 4000 feet. So first to 3000 and then to 4000. So we'll first enter 3000 in the MCP. So that's checked. Minimum is 349 feet on the barrow. Otherwise, let's see, MSA here is 2400 feet. And threats, well, it's going to be busy as we heard just now. Also over Warsaw. So we'll keep a good listen on things, and otherwise aircraft's okay, no teams, no specials. Weather wise we are okay as well. Bit cloudy, light winds, and otherwise no threats, so looking good. Descending quite fast right now to meet that restriction over Govan, but it's going well. So let's continue descending. And of course we should not forget to appreciate the beautiful views here of the sunset. Looking very nice. You can see the speed brakes in action right here. Sometimes it's necessary in moments like this. It's a good example. So let's do a descent checklist pressurization, landing altitude 150, recall checked, auto brake at 3, landing data VREF flaps 30 143 as you can see, and power minimum set to 349er, and approach briefing completed, descent checklist completed.
Lot 3735, contact Berlin 126425, 126425, good evening.
126425, lot 3735, bye bye. Okay, we'll go to the next frequency. See some land here, that's nice. Okay, radar code lot 3735, flight level 120.
3735 Bremen, hello, identified information. India is current, expect ILS 25 left, descent flight level 100.
Information India, runway 25 left, descent flight level 100, slot 3735. Okay, level change, use to 250 knots.
3735, turn right heading 310, expect turn right heading 310.
Right heading 310, lot 3735. Heading select, heading 310 set. There we go. So I do expect quite a shortcut. As you can see, we're already getting a shortcut right here. So let's see.
Flight 3735, descend 5000 feet, QNH 1002.
Descend 5,000 feet, QNH 1002, lot 3735. Retard HV speeds.
Contact Berlin Tower 118.805.
Tower 118.805,
And we'll set the altimeters 1002. And we can do the approach checklist altimeters 1002. Passing 9,600 and now on all sides.
Lot 3735, descend 4,000 feet.
Descend altitude 4,000 feet, lot 3735. 4,000 set. I'm just directed to examine right here, 3,000 or above. Since we're on the vector already. The ILS we're looking for is India. Let's see. Hope it tunes correctly. You never know with the new scenery. India Bravo Sierra Whiskey, 109.5. As we are slowly descending into the clouds. Beautiful. And now we have indeed India Bravo Sierra Whiskey. Nice, gives us some distance information. Seems like we're good on profile, so that's good. So as you can see, nice and short flight. We're only on the way for 43 minutes, so it's busy these flights, but it's fun to do. Feet to level off. Let's see, might take us through the localizer or not.
Lot 3735, turn left heading 280, cleared ILS runway 25 left.
Left heading 280, cleared ILS approach runway 25 left, lot 3735.
Make that 220 and descend 3000.
Roger, heading 220 and descend 3000, lot 3735. Heading select 3000, level change. Hopefully, yeah, there we go. Yeah, we got a bit shot through the localizer there, but that's okay. Descend to 3000, then we'll start reducing our speeds. 1000 feet to level off again. Let's see what's it gonna do with us. Start reducing a bit. There we go. Lot 3735, just to confirm, we're cleared for ILS. Okay, cleared ILS approach, lot 3735. Alright, I was not sure there, we'll recapture it. On the approach modes. Alright, flaps 1. Getting cloudy here.
That's 5,000 feet, Kinetic, get an 8 on November.
That's 3735, contact Berlin Tower 118.805, just.
118.805, lot 3735, choose. 4 lock and altitude acquire. There we go. Now we'll switch to the tower, 118.805, and then we'll tune the ground shift frequency as well, 121.705. And glide slope. Flaps 5.
You disappeared from my radar. Probably, can you try to reconnect, because I cannot see you anymore.
German Kilo Charlie will go for you back.
Checked. And we'll let the camera crew Take their seats.
November, Berlin Tower low 1220, 88 knots, runway 25 left, clear for takeoff.
We'll take off ahead, I'll gear down. Flaps 50. Berlin Tower, good day, lot 3735, ILS runway 25 left.
Lot 3735, Berlin Tower, hello.
Alright, arm speed brakes, and set switch continuous, there we go. Go manual in a bit. And just check the speed, 143, final approach speed will be 148. Alright, looking forward. Start reducing, 148, flaps 30. And then we can do the landing checklist. The landing checklist and set switches continuous, pre-brake armed, landing gear down and flaps 30 green light. Landing checklist completed. Alright, we'll switch to manual flights. Let's approach altitude set 3000. Beautiful approach here, look at that. Let's enjoy the views just a little bit before we go. Aircraft is departing, so that's nice. Look at that. Wonderful. City off to our right. Alright, let's start flying.
Lot 3735 and 22, knots, runway 25 left, clear to land.
Runway 25 left, clear to land, lot 3735. Fly director.
Lot 1 kilo November, contact departure 120.0, connection 630, bye bye.
Could you repeat that for November?
Steady.
630, lot 1 kilo November, bye bye.
500.
Cleared. Now we are stabilized.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Speeding up. Reverse is normal. Nice. And manual braking. Auto brake disarmed. 60 knots. Welcome to Berlin, guys. The sky is looking nice here. Beautiful. There we go. Let's go over to ground. Berlin ground, good day, lot 3735, vacated runway 25 left.
Lot 3735, Berlin ground, hello, taxi via Romeo and Alpha, and hold short of Victor 1.
Taxi via Romeo and Alpha, hold short Victor 1, lot 3735. Okay, let me get my bearings here. It's always a bit difficult. Romeo is here, Alpha is to the right. Good. So, welcome to Berlin, guys. Look at that. Nice airports. Just getting night here. It's a nice landing. Bit floaty at the end there, but worked out well in the end. So now taxiway Alpha, show you quickly. Just past Quebec 2, and we have to hold short of Victor 1. So we'll do that, and we'll get the next chart at the ready here.
Lot 3735, contact Berlin apron, 121.855, bye.
121.855, lot 3735, bye bye. Berlin apron, good day, lot 3735, approaching Victor 1.
Lot 3735, Berlin apron, hello, taxi to get Charlie 07 via Victor 1 and Echo.
Via Victor 1 and Echo to Charlie 07 lot 3735. Okay, via Victor 1 and Echo. So I'll quickly show you Victor 1 first left here, and then via Echo continue to Charlie 07. That's our gate for today. Nice. Alright. Just get the gate ready. There we go. Look at that sky there, wonderful. Look at that picture. So yeah, overall I think nice arrival. Got a bit confused there with the ILS whether I was cleared or not in the end. But if you're cleared for the approach and after, you can just, you know, you adjust your heading on your own a little bit to recapture the localizer, because we were very close to it. But otherwise, yeah, nice landing I think. Was a nice view there at the end. There we go, Berlin Brandenburg Airport. Willy Brandt, some nice art there. EasyJet has a bit of a difficult time at the moment. Alright, maybe not forget to turn. The PMDG is still a bit hard to turn, I find, with the tiller here, but we'll do the best we can. It's the KLM, we hear it on the frequency landing. There we go. Nice. Well done, I would say. And there is gate Charlie 7 approaching, as you can see. Nice, they are waiting for us. Taxi lights off. Almost there, and we have stopped. Parking brake set. The AP will take over. There we go. And we'll shut down the engines. Welcome to Berlin, guys. Let's take a look at the outside view here.
Good evening, KLM 81 November, it means Victor 1. KLM 81 November,
We'll let the gate people do their work. And request deboarding. There we go.
Stand number Charlie 055 Victor 1 and take off again 9 November.
Nice. Okay, the shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps are off except for the APU for now. Probe heat. I forgot that one. Back to auto. Hydraulics panel is set. Flaps up. Parking brake released. And start levers cut off. And the weather radar off. The shutdown checklist is completed. Alright guys, there we go. Welcome to Berlin. Hope you enjoyed this little flight here during the Independence Day event at in Poland. Was definitely very busy there. Was kind of glad not to fly to Warsaw, because that would have been probably a lot of delays and stuff. So it was a nice alternative to do the city pair, although it was not the official city pair, of course, between Warsaw and Berlin. But at least it was a nice city pair now between Krakow and Berlin. So nice to visit a new airport. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you check out if you want the memberships on this channel. I do some more VATSIM live flights there as well every month, and some extra content as well through the Discord server that's associated with the membership. So make sure you check that out. For now, stay tuned for future videos. Let's see where the next full flight will be. Really hoping that the PMDG 777 will release at some point for MSFS, so we can enjoy a nice flight in that. I'm a bit more familiar with that airplane, but looking forward to it. For now, enjoy your day wherever you are, and thanks for joining this flight. And I wish you good luck with your flights in the virtual or in the real skies. All right, cheers.